Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Nerdfighters. This one is specifically for you, or for one of you, on the Nerdfighters Ning page. Link pop up right there, and it'll also be in the description over there. TheLisa, you asked me what my top 10 best and worst movies were. And I had to think long and hard about this. It was a very, very difficult question. I've never really, well, I have tried before, but I typically give up because it changes constantly. But as of this moment, here are my top 10 best movies of all time. And I'm not going to do them in any specific order because I couldn't possibly. We'd be here forever. Okay, and here we go. First off is the movie I mentioned yesterday, Sharky's Machine. I'm going to go ahead and get that one out of the way because I was singing his praises so much yesterday that I don't think I need to reiterate. For further details, just go watch yesterday's video, and you'll see how much I love that movie. Next up is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Now, I know that there's a lot of probably different opinions about this movie, but personally, I'm a huge Terry Gilliam fan. I'm a huge Johnny Depp fan, and this is one of those movies where they're all in their prime. I'm gonna do a full-length blog about this one as well because this is one of my favorites. I'm also a big fan of Where the Buffalo Roam. I think Bill Murray makes an excellent Hunter S. Thompson, but so does Johnny Depp. I mean, both of them really capture the man. It's amazing. Now, I know a lot of people probably aren't that much into the older movies, so the next one probably gonna get some unhappy people with, but again, these are my tastes. You don't have to go out and watch these movies, but these are the movies that I just watch nonstop. These are the ones that really just keep me going, I guess. The next one on the list is McLintock. It's a John Wayne movie. It's a Western version of Taming of the Shrew, the Shakespeare play, and it's interesting interpretation. And one thing I like about McLintock and specifically is the characters. The characters are so great. You have Maureen O'Hara, who I think her chemistry with John Wayne is one of the best out there. Quiet Man, also a top, but McLintock is one that's definitely on my list. No surprise here. I am a nerd fighter, but specifically I'm a movie nerd fighter. Star Wars. No surprise here, really, for me. You knew one of them was bound to be on the list, didn't you? Specifically, I'd say A New Hope, because it is, in my opinion, the best of the entire series. I know a lot of people would probably disagree with that, but for me, A New Hope is the best story of all of them. Actually, interesting history note for me, Return of the Jedi was actually the first movie that my parents ever took me to see. I was 5 years old. And that, I think, is where my love of movies came from. Because, you start with something like that, the magic, I don't think will ever go away. But, A New Hope. That is the next pick on the list. I'm going to have to do this in 2 parts because these things are going to get way too long if I do all 10 in one. So this is just going to be part 1 of 2. But my next pick is The Goonies. This is a movie that I watched probably once a week throughout my childhood. I wanted to be Mikey. Actually, I wanted to be Data because I liked all the cool gadgets and I kept coming up with plans and trying to get them to work out of the household items I had around, and didn't quite work, but still tried, you know. But yeah, Goonies is definitely one of my favorites. That is the first half of the top 10 best. It was Sharky's Machine, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, McLintock, Star Wars, specifically A New Hope, and the Goonies. So I guess tune in tomorrow and find out the next 5.
I got a great idea, you guys! Slick shoes! Slick shoes? Are you crazy?